Oh, there's clarification.
Oh, yes. Yep, gotcha.
You got a limbo, no, you can't.
Why was John?
Oh, you know what, Jonathan? I hate to kick you out.
That was you? Yes. I can sit anywhere.
Sorry, because we got Rebecca.
How you doing?
Good.
Hello, everyone.
Or you could sit over here.
No, I'm fine.
This is a busy one today, huh?
Yeah.
Can we drop one seated? Thank you. Or not? Wait and see.
Yes.
You need to take them off when we sit, right?
Yeah.
I wear mine all day at school.
If you guys are seated, you could take your mask down if you like. Get up and it's up to you. I know I'm getting mine on.
That's just because it's a.
You too, by the way. So we're waiting on, is Frank, your phone number gonna be up there? Okay.
John, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Jeez.
Frank, are you on? Frank Terrain, are you on?
Well, when would he be up there? City of Denver?
Hi, Rick. How are you?
Thank you.
Birthday today.
It is, I saw that.
Rich.
Great.
Yeah. So we'll say when he comes in. Stop what we're doing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Then we'll kick him off.
Hey, Chris.
Hello? Is that Frank?
Hey, it's Frank. Yeah, it's Frank.
Okay,
Frank.
good. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yep.
Staying safe.
We ready? 4 o'clock, we're out here, right? Good to go. All right, I'd like to call the meeting to order. We'll just do a little roll call. So we do have it on record. On once we do the ones physically present also? Or just, okay. All right, Chris Brady, chair. We'll go this way.
I'm sorry. Oh, we're going around the table?
Yeah.
Ed Schober? Andy Bowe?
Rebecca, where's
EJ Hayes, Deputy Director of Planning and Development and Secretary for the Planning Board.
We're gonna do roll call. John and Frank, if you wanna state you're here.
Here, John McCoyak.
Frank Terrain here.
Then we'll go around Zoom. Matt, I see you on there. Can you hear us okay?
I can. How are you?
Good.
Good, thanks.
Good.
Is that
I don't know what that says.
the young lady with a lot of things on the wall behind her?
Oh, yeah. Donna Burke.
Pierce? I don't know what's that saying. Catherine.
Catherine Tennyson? That'd be me. Tennyson.
And then the
Thank you.
gentleman in the blue plaid shirt,
iPad.
No, well, I've got a blue tank
Greg
and a
Berg.
black sweatshirt.
first time Zoom call.
Did he say anything?
What's going on? You guys keep going like it's
Okay, very
hard,
good.
all of us.
Thank you.
So,
Everyone else sign in? So we're good?
Okay.
If we go by our agenda, we're going to look at the minutes this month. So we tabled those. Agenda item number 3, communication from the public and petitions. All of the members of the board should have received some letters. I wanted to recognize that we all received those letters.
Yes.
Okay. John and Frank, you received the letters?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I got them.
Okay, very good. Yep, we read those and we have those on record. We discussed those briefly. Is that all can we go on to new business then?
Yep, receive and file those letters.
Very good. New business, site plan review. Number 1 was Matt. We spoke to you last month as well. I see you have an update for us with some exterior stuff on the pizza taco. So you've got the floor. If you want to explain what you got here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everything that's in the new drawing has addressed, what we discussed last meeting with adding the exterior lighting, moving the drawing for the dumpster in closer to the building, adding the fencing around that dumpster. We've moved the walk-in cooler inside, which I don't think has any effect on the planning board meeting. And then just letting everyone know that, in the summer, we would plan to paint the roof trim the same color maroon that's in the current Lena's logo. As you're holding up, yeah, right, like in the lettering, it would be similar to that color. I think those were the points that I had missed in the prior meeting, and just wanted to send that to everybody so it could be reviewed.
I kind of zoomed in on a few of them, because it was tough to get them, but he does show all the locations of the exterior lights on those, as well as the dumpster location, screened in. Can you just elaborate one more time on what you're doing with the dumpster area, Matt?
This is the dumpster one here, just the exterior.
Yeah, it's going to be tucked in close to the building. And then, obviously it would have fencing around it just to obstruct the view of, just seeing a dumpster sitting on the property line.
And then this sign would be the sign that you're gonna put on the existing post, the old sign.
That is correct.
And then this red maroon, I believe he said he was gonna use for the trim around the building where the existing blue is.
That's correct. And then no other changes to any of the landscaping. Everything would just be maintained as is.
Is that a one-sided or a two-sided sign? I can't recall what's there right now.
I think we'd probably do it as a two-sided. It's a point that I hadn't thought of until now, but I would say let's just assume a two-sided sign will do. I'll have that logo mirrored on both sides.
Yeah. Will the sign be lit?
Excuse me?
Will the sign be lit?
No.
Not by floodlights or anything? No lighting? Okay.
There's a lot of light in that corner, I think, anyway.
Okay.
There is. Let's see, so where's the dumpster gonna go? Is this an overhead here? Is this central? And this is six? Or-
It'll be on the sixth side.
I think this is central. This is central.
Yeah, correct.
No, here's central, here's this, it's gonna be here.
Okay. Oh, way tucked in, closer to that.
The out's over here.
Yeah.
It's in here. If you look at the wavy elevation.
That's what you see from this street. You see that, and that would be in the
That's right,
back.
yeah.
What is the siding of the building? Or what color will that be?
The same. I don't even recall what it is offhand, but there's no plans to change it.
I thought it was blue. Yeah,
That's right.
just the top is blue.
Yeah.
I think that siding might be white, I think the brick is white, I think, right?
The siding is blue around.
Around the band around the top.
Where it said pharmacy or whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What I would say just for ease of moving forward is if you guys accept the site plan, if you would also give the sign, we could have it. Or we could.
Yeah, I could.
Could you say, I mean,
He said we could do the sign and the site plan together
okay.
as one motion.
Mhm.
I would make a motion to accept the signage and site plan.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. John McCoy, aye.
Aye.
Okay, and there any opposed, so passed.
Motion passes 5-2.
Thank you, Matt. We're all looking forward to it.
Now,
Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone's help and feedback in the process, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
yeah, let's get that going.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I'll send you the official letter.
Okay,
Other than that, you are all set on our end.
excellent. Thank you, everyone. Have a safe and happy holiday.
you as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, site plan review, number 2.
Just before,
Yes.
we get started on that, I just wanted to give, kind of the public that's here, in regards to the project, a little background that the planning board, we did receive your letters and we'll take that into consideration, but the planning board's specific job is to kind of specifically look at the site plan review in regards to the commercial kitchen. So I just wanted to make that clear for the public before we get started.
Thank you, Rebecca.
So Rebecca, this is
Yeah.
Frank Terrain. Are you saying that the letters and the site plan review are 2 separate issues?
There was a lot in the letter, and the planning board will take that in consideration, I'm sure, but at the same time, the specific focus is on the site plan. So I just wanted to make that clear to everyone, and yes, there were details in the letters, the public letters, specific to the site plan, but there was a lot of other details as well, so the planning board should take into consideration specific to the site plan.
Right.
Okay.
Right, we're only to recognize the site plan, not a lot of the other stuff that was brought up in those
Yeah.
in the letters. We have
Okay.
control over that, the other stuff. Just the site plan is all we have control over. And the site plan review is for, if I say it, El Caviar Cappuccino. So if you wanted to,
And before they speak, in your packets, I couldn't include them in the email because it was a huge file, but there are several detailed pictures
let's see.
of their commercial space or their, there's probably like 8 pictures in there, just as something to reference. Because I think in the email you only had 1 or 2, but just as we go through.
Oh, I was gonna give, I don't know who's speaking, but I'll give you the floor so you can explain the site. and the changes you're attempting to get okay for. Back-to-back food ones, and we didn't get any samples.
Excuse me, this is Greg Berg. Can I ask a question?
Excuse me, this is Greg Burke. Can I ask a question?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we don't, we're gonna have to hold on that, the communication. We're gonna see the letter that
Oh.
you, but we don't have open forum for public speaking during this meeting. I'm sorry.
Chris, this is Frank Terrain.
Yes, Frank.
What I'm looking at here, I'm looking at a site plan review for the kitchen and the mobile foods, the food truck.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So what are we approving? If we're approving anything, what do we look?
We're good. We just have some questions about where the kitchen is and where the food truck is gonna be stored and that sort of, and garbage,
Okay.
another one as well in the trash.
And then garbage.
Yeah.
Because what they're doing is they're taking a residential and turning it into turning it into a partial commercial.
So what's going on, just so there's a little bit of, they do have a permit from the health department, county health department to do the mobile food truck, but as part of that, they have to have a commissary area at their home, which they have a separate kitchen space that they had to designate for the food truck. It kind of goes hand in hand. But part of that, building and zoning said that because it's in the R1 zone, it does require site plan review by the planning board to officially have that move forward. Glenn or Alan? Glenn?
Yeah, the use is not commercial, it's considered a home occupation.
But you have a truck that's outside of the home, which is commercial.
I agree with
If the
Frank.
house is on a site and we're here to review the site plan,
You still have a truck outside of the home, which is commercial.
no, it's a home occupation.
They're not running the commercial business from the location. They're just parking it there.
No, no.
But the home occupation definition in the code says
That,
an occupation for gain or support conducted only by members of a family residing in the premises and conducted entirely within the dwelling. I don't know how this could not be a zoning issue first before it comes to us. This is an R1. This is
Because you're taking
the most restrictive zoning that we have, and there's gonna be a commercial kitchen going in there? Hold on 1 second. You can tell when you read the code book and it gives accessory uses. It's carports, garages, pool houses, gazebos. When you get into home occupations, it says real estate, insurance sales, musicians, dressmakers, tailors. Clearly, but the intent of this is not to have commercial kitchen activities with food preparation and dumpsters and so forth in an R1. I don't even see how this could be coming before us before it goes to zoning.
I agree, because from looking at this, I don't see how you make the argument that truck is not commercial, because it's a food truck. And if you're using it on the property, then that means you're using the property as a commercial for commercial. If you're using it, if you're taking garbage for food preparation and you putting it outside, that's commercial. So even I understand what they want to use it for, but you're taking a residential and you're turning it into a commercial, even if you're not serving people, you're still.
In an
and so which
R1,
means that,
R1 neighborhood.
yeah, which means other people in the neighborhood are now, their property values are going to be affected also.
This is,
If I could just say something to Alan from the building
Yes.
department, I have dealt with this from the beginning when all this came to light. And I guess our thought from a code standpoint, by involving the planning board, is because of the way the zoning law is written, you know, it does appear on the surface it could be a home occupation, and we did realize that this could potentially be, you know, a particular zoning use variance type situation, but we wanted to run it through the planning board just to get, you know, your recommendation. You know, I mean, if you truly felt it was, if it did fit into the definition of home occupation, fine. If not, then we should potentially make the recommendation, you know, to actually approve it. I just like to clarify that from our perspective. Is what we were thinking when we brought it to the board for your review.
So there,
So it's up to us to recommend it to zoning?
that's a possibility.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
Obviously, you're performing the site plan review as directed, you know, by the zoning law. So, if you feel it's outside of the scope of that home occupation, obviously, you know, we can, you know, consider that at the zoning board meeting. But
well, when it says conducted entirely within the dwelling, how is it even up for debate?
Well, and I guess my suggestion would be let the applicant, you know, describe how this works, you know, because a lot of, at least from what I can tell, you know, obviously the food truck, at least for this last summer, you know, resided down in Lakeshore Drive. And I was told that, you know, majority of the work that goes on with that food truck happens there. I mean, there is some preparation, you know, that's why they don't prepare. You know, well, because there is a food truck, they're required to have that conversation. To what level they do work in the house versus food truck. So I guess we would need some more clarification from the applicant.
So has the permit from the health department is for the operation of the food truck, or is it for the commercial kitchen in the?
But I understand, yeah, they
Both.
both hand in hand.
Yep.
She said that you had to sign in. I was just trying to let her do it. She even had to bring pictures and stuff of her house to see if she had put the actually cooking the house.
To operate the trailer or food truck, there has to be some type of approved kitchen, something, whether it's in the house or the building, or she chose to put it in the house.
So there's already obviously a commercial kitchen in the house.
Separate, right?
Well, no, it's connected to the house.
But separate from her kitchen, separate, distinct, yeah.
If you just need some pictures more, it's
Imagine the precedence though, if we start saying commercial kitchens can occupy R1 neighborhoods. That's why we have business districts. That's why we have zoning.
That's why they requested her to bring the paper.
And the health department has nothing to do with what we're doing. It's a whole separate.
Yeah, that happened outside of our knowledge. That happened before this came to light. And I'll be honest, that's what triggered us to take this next step.
Birthday boy, do something.
Bring us in and say, birthday boy, Rich, you got it.
Rich Morris, for city attorney. My recommendation is that this board table this because the issue here is square peg, round hole. This isn't a planning board issue. This is a business in line of a location, which I can help them with. This is neighbors who have nuisance complaints that go beyond the business. I can help them with that. As city attorney, I'm willing to sit down and mediate with the neighbors on the issues that came to light in letters, and also sit down with them to give them some ideas on what they need to do. Understanding you're starting out, you want to save money, it's easier to do it in the house, it's cheaper. I live around the corner. We love your food, by the way. But you're a victim of your own success.
Right.
You need a location because you're busy enough and you're going to be busier to do the cooking that's outside of the neighborhood. That's the issue. That's the issue that Ed's talking about. As an architect and a project manager, he knows the code just as well as these guys. It's tough to do a commercial business like that in a neighborhood. It's different from a doctor's office. or floors, if I ran my law practice out of my house, it generates a different kind of business, right? An auto mechanic shop, a commercial kitchen, a restaurant, typically doesn't go in the middle of a block in a residential neighborhood. That's the issue you have. So I think there's a few different conversations that have to happen before you get to this conversation. And I'm just coming into this, I read everything yesterday, I saw it. Again, I wish you all the success. Sounds like my man needs a taller. We'll get him that. I got a friend, I just have a client, I set him up shop here. And it seems like you got potential business partner. We'll work on that. But in the meantime, I would say that this issue should be tabled at this level because I don't even think this is where you're gonna resolve the issue.
Yeah, I
With
agree.
both the Bergs and with the F.
Absolutely, yes.
Right. That's not
Okay.
even a motion, we'll just make a motion to table.
Table and
Refer to.
Refer to zoning?
We even need to,
what do we have to refer to the zoning then? So that's the next step. So they have a process.
or is there some,
I'm saying hold off on that because I don't think that's their best move. And I think
Yeah, I
they're
agree
gonna
with
run
what
into
you're
the
saying.
same
Yeah.
issues they're running in
Right.
here.
Yeah.
probably worse.
I think
So
we just motion to table it.
I would say table for now. Let's have a few conversations. Let's look at options that can evade the kind of tensions that you're having just because of the clash of uses. It's all about location. When we're in the countryside, whether it's on the island or Cherry Creek, you can do whatever you want because you don't have neighbors for miles around you. But when you're in the middle of a city in the United States, it's a little different. It's a little different. The rules are different. So you can't get away with what we can get away with in a county, so to say. Just so you understand. I have a neighbor who's just moving, lovely people, but the son's an auto mechanic and he's too fast, too furious for his own good. He's revving up that engine all the time. I can't stand it. I love the kid, but I can't stand the noise. It's right next to my 89-year-old mother-in-law's room. You get what I'm saying? So we got some issues there we got to work out. But that's human relation issues and that's business issues. That's not planning board issues. So we'll work that out, but we're not going to do it here. Okay?
Thanks, Rich.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion on the table this.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion,
Aye.
gentlemen.
John Boyak, aye.
Aye. All right, everyone. Yeah, he did first, yeah.
So, Rich, you're gonna.
Rich, you'll be in contact with the birds?
Yeah, I'll be in contact with them.
No, they're not, this is like the off season for them now anyway, correct? So
Well-
it's kind of, oh, okay. Grass Realty Property. Jonathan? Oh, we're here, all right.
So, in your packet, you should have a site plan for 417 Central. The old Navy recruiting office right next to P&G.
Yeah, so we are requesting a somewhat change of use to this. This building has been vacant for quite some time. And we have a couple tenants interested in put up with this building. One of them, Tommy Ropier, here with us tonight. The Duncan Center at 417. And doing a quote-unquote fast casual restaurant at 415, where the old atrium restaurant was.
Stop it.
Here shows some reworking of the parking to accommodate those things. Traffic flow, access, dumpster location. That is basics. I don't know if there's any
Could you repeat Mr. Wong's proposal for this?
He's quote unquote a fast casual restaurant. So walk-in traffic, you know, it's, if you know his location in Fredonia, Arctic Bites, something similar.
Okay.
But he's not going to offer as much food. It's going to be mostly like poke bowls, ice cream, kind of like bar dining. The majority of his interior floor plan is bar seating. So kind of in and out kind of style. That's what he's looking at.
Okay.
This parking lot on the side here, that's part of the site also, or is that?
That's correct.
Yeah, by the back there this morning, there's a lot of room back there.
That parking lot on the side is P&G, isn't it?
P&G
Yeah, I
side, though,
always
that's-
associated that with P&G's.
I always
That's
thought that actually, was P&G's.
No, that's ours. All the way up to the building is our lot.
Really? Okay.
Everybody thinks that.
I think P&G thought that.
Yeah. Well, to be clear, P&G rented that from us.
Okay.
The
Oh,
one
okay.
strip. So for a long time, that was their use.
All right.
But they rented that from Graph Realty. Yeah.
Okay.
And I know on the site plan too, Brian was looking for them to just flesh out a little bit with loading and unloading, which they put on there. And then there's a parking spot that was up right to the sidewalk on, right outside the glass window atrium.
Yep, yep, okay, this one here maybe?
Yeah, they removed that just to use for loading and unloading and eliminate potential issues with cars getting to the sidewalk.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Good spot for bicycles.
Is there gonna be shared dumpsters in the back here in the spot? In that one-way street back there?
That is really only for Mr. Wong. He's the only one that's going to have commercial dumpster use. Although, if you need it, you can use it too. But the other tenants, there's the doctors there, DPPC. They have their own roller totes that they use in the back there. The trucks come down. What's this one-way alley?
Yeah, I don't know, the other way, yeah.
Clark. So they come down there, grab the trash currently. But we would add this corral with the dumpsters for the restaurant use.
Site plan indicates that the dumpsters will be enclosed.
Yes.
Can I ask about the redemption? So are you gonna be seeing, is a lot of that gonna be seen, like the cans and bottles and that, are they gonna be out of sight? I mean, so you're gonna have food in doctor's office, I'm just wondering how that's gonna be.
Those are different.
Go ahead.
separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You have it's small, not triangle, but rectangle, okay, down the hall. It's about maybe 60 feet or 80 feet wide, or that goes all the way to the back.
Mhm.
And basically, this is the way I come in, and this is like from here, about here, all the way to the back. But as you see, where these four lines to the second building, where the restaurant is at, I'm the one next door. So that goes all the way back. So what I want to do is put tables like this. On the side, you have two people coming in. Okay, all we do is collect bottles, plastic bottles, cans, and glass bottles. And they're gonna have his own separate, there's gonna be like 4 tables. Wider than this, longer than this, with a hole in the middle. That I put
Pins underneath.
one of
or
the
something,
totes. Okay, then the person's gonna stand away from the table. I'm having glass, the plexiglass put in, everybody got a face shield, and we're gonna slide the tote to them, where they're gonna put the can slide back. And then we have a waiting area,
Yeah, there's a vestibule.
right, that you could put 6 people, but about 10 feet apart. And there's gonna be 2 people at a time coming in.
So to answer your question, all the receptacles are inside,
Mhm, inside.
in the space. There was, that was the recruiters
Yeah, I
There,
remember
it's
that.
a very, like you said, it's a long, narrow
It's like an
space.
oversized hallway, kind of, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Rectangular shape all the way down.
It's
So
about
that's what I want to do, and
10 by 50, 530 square feet.
it's
So what
safer that
happens-
way.
so,
With everything that's going on today is a lot safer that way.
And I know how the process works. Once you get like a volume, a certain volume, I was just wondering if that's something that's
Oh,
gonna
there we
be,
go.
that's gonna be seen.
Yes, we also done a feasibility study through the DEC, 3 mile radius. Okay, but I won't know that until we start. You know, because the demographic has changed a lot. A lot of people have left this area. You know, and we're gonna find out when we start the consumption rate, the amount of, cans that they bring back, the percentage wise. So we'll find that out in time. You know, because I could do anywhere right now, I went to Jamestown, which is a big population, they're doing anywhere from 500 to 600 bags. I could fit that, but we have 2 storage areas. You know, but I don't.
Okay, so there's storage areas that, and once they fill, they're out of sight, the storage areas.
Yes, I have that.
Before you, okay, that was really my main question.
Also, I have an out-of-site storage area.
Okay.
And then your truck will come down the Lark, back into that loading and unloading.
Yes.
And you'll fill it up
And
there.
if I have to, then the off-site parking I got, that day that they come in, I'll bring those in.
Walking down Central, and walking past this building, we look at the storefront windows, what do we see?
You're gonna see basically the vestibule, and the
Last check this round to build on your score. We're gonna start with you. Category good.
see the sign, you walk in.
Okay, Gordon, you've got 30 seconds on the clock, and your time starts.
One comes up, the other one comes in.
There's doors in that area.
Yes.
So you can't even see in there.
So there won't be
You'll
like,
see a waiting room.
you won't see like trash bags full of cans?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's
No,
what,
you will not.
that's what I was curious.
No. And there's not gonna be no loader in there either. It'll be in and out.
Is it a shared vestibule with the other businesses?
It is shared. It's kind of split down the center between the 2 of them. They currently do not use that at all.
This is the best.
If you guys have an interior view.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
Here's
Come
where
over.
Wong's is gonna be. Here's where the redemption center is, and this is the
That's
hallway.
PPC, yep.
so it's
Oh,
the
this is the
vestibule is here then?
No, can I use your pen?
Yes.
Sorry.
No, you're
This is the vestibule.
Oh, okay.
This line is not there. It's just showing his space. So this is a common.
a wall
Guys,
here
it's a
then.
common door.
This is a common door. This is a demising wall between Wong and Redemption
Okay.
Center. This wall is actually there. This is the
Okay.
best. These
So that's
are
separate from, I just wondering if you're walking in, if I'm walking in to get something to eat, and someone next to me is walking in with
yeah.
bags of.
No,
cans
separate.
and whatnot. Is it the same door? Yeah.
Separate entrance. They have their.
Okay.
Wong has a vestibule here as well to
Okay.
enter. This would be the main entrance for the Redemption Center. Come in. There's no divider here, but this wall or this door here has a sign on it. They don't use that at all. They use this door. The doctors, that's their door.
This is their space here.
This is their space.
They just
Yeah.
go right around the vestibule area. I think.
Exactly. Actually, I mean, currently this side is not used at all, but that's not a matter for tonight. But this door is not used. It's locked. There's a deadbolt. You can't enter. So Tommy's guests would arrive and there'd be seating in here. And then there's your door in, and he's talking about coming in and turning and having like receptacles here.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be out of sight.
Outside, out of mind.
Now these are all city. This is all city-owned off-street parking then.
Well, that's
correct?
Central Avenue.
Yeah. So I mean, because I know when I want to
On-
bring my
on
stuff
street
back, I
parking.
want to on street.
Yeah.
I would. So there's no control over that. Like if I want to park with my cans, I would just have to hope there was an opening here.
Yeah.
Or use this.
Or you could use the
P&G.
Or on the side, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, don't call it that.
Right. That's true. Right.
Yeah.
Parking
Exactly.
lot.
We gotta
I have a
change-
question. Question.
Oh, John's got a question. Go ahead.
Question, it's, is this area, fire prevented? Is there like fire prevention drywall, steel doors in this area to prevent, separate the occupancies?
Yes, currently there is, the demise and walls are all to fire code. They have been separated tenant spaces. We're not changing any of those demise walls.
Okay.
Any zoning issues, permitted use?
No, we feel like they are permitted uses, but it was a change of use. And we wanted to bring it to the planning board because there would be trucks that were not on the site before, so we wanted to look at loading zones and the addition of the dumpsters. They did a good job of restriping the parking lot, which currently has angled parking on two sides. It's very tight. A rough calculation shows that they need about 30 off-street parking spaces per code. The planning board is allowed to reduce that when on-street parking is available, and the site plan shows 24 spaces.
That's pretty close.
Speaking of that, I don't know how this works, but for the timing of that, I can't get any striping done right now. I'm hoping you understand, but it would be first thing as soon as weather permits, when it warms up.
So we'll have to make a motion to accept them for under the required parking.
They do not meet the required off-street parking, but this doesn't need a zoning variance because the planning board has the authority to reduce the required off-street parking when
On-street parking is
city
available.
parking is available.
Part of the reason that they're reducing the on-site is because they need access for the trucks, for loading and so forth, or not? Is that why we don't? Or is
That's
it
a
just
question
typically
of
not
the
possible?
It was just pretty tight, you were saying on this side? Because there was parking on this side, right? I see what he's saying. That would give them those.
The reduction is after Rich and I worked out all the striping, the way it is currently striped as diagonal both ways doesn't fit to have like a car pull out.
Yeah.
The distance between cars is not enough.
All
So we had to do away with the parking along our building. Now it's just parking against P&G in those few horizontal spots.
Okay.
Frank, I had a mute there. I didn't know if you tried to say anything.
Yeah, I'm back with you.
Okay.
I had a phone call come in from the general, so I had to answer that.
What's more important, Frank? Come on.
The general.
Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure you got a general at home that demands your attention
Oh,
from time to time.
The general. Okay, I get it. Okay. Very clear.
Well, I don't know if there's much of an issue with trucks. I mean, P&G's always had trucks for that sort of thing,
Yeah.
so I don't see any issue there. So are we looking at signage too?
So we did,
Tommy,
Tommy included his sign, if this moved forward, he wanted to get that package together so he could move the business along as quickly as possible. So I think
Oh, okay.
pretty straightforward sign. I don't know, Tom, if you want to touch on it, but blue background, black lettering, right up on the facade.
Same size as what was there before?
3 feet.
But if that's at all off of the zoning code, they'll make sure that size is appropriate for the.
Conform to all city Dunkirk code requirements, yes.
Is that a professional sign?
Yeah, it's gonna be made by Enzo,
Okay.
so I might change something just to LLC, because I really don't need it there. I love that.
Okay.
I would just definitely two separate motions, site plan and then.
Two separate.
Two motions, one for the site plan. And do we have to mention the parking on this motion?
If whatever I'm sorry, I talked to Rich for a minute, so I missed out. If you've got a stipulation you want me to include, yes, put it in the motion.
Yeah, approving reduced parking.
I'll make a motion to accept the site plan and reduced parking spaces.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right, that was
Aye.
And then I would just.
Now motion for, the only sign that is going on that site currently is, that we're looking at is Tommy's.
The only I would say a motion. sign,
Bless you.
just- If he does alter the sign, just, we would need to look at that before he officially puts it up.
That's
So,
fine.
Tommy, if you do alter the sign, just give it back to us and we'll.
Yes,
give it
and I'll
final.
take a picture and give it to you.
Perfect, that's easy.
I'll make a motion to approve the sign.
I second it.
All right, in favor?
Aye.
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 Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, we good?
Thank you very much.
I'll give you guys
My-
the official letter.
This is my first venture for business, I'm not for profit, but never.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Good
I
luck.
really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
The computer was almost like me.
We got one more. This is just,
I know.
this is just a preliminary. Wait till we.
Nice to see.
I still like.
I know he's
I
good.
still like the.
The lost art.
Yeah. So, Don and Frank, just for your FYI, this is just a concept presentation by Mr. Peebles. We were asked by the zoning department just to have him kind of present this. There'll be no motion or anything, it's just planning board trying to give some feedback on this, so if you want to go to the zoning board, they have some more to try to move forward with this.
And they'll return when they're finalized, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
the project may need up to 6 or more variances. And so part of the has to be brought to for site approval. consent.
Before.
And then when we get whatever variances are required to come back for a final.
Now, does the planning board has to really approve, when I get into this, basically what I'm asking to do is, there's currently 2 lots 40 feet wide. McCoyak owns both of them. The funeral home and attached structures currently overlap the combined property line right now. What I'm looking to do is to move the property, which it's not a subdivision or anything, it's just moving the line, but to within 5 feet of the residential structure, which is a rental for him. And that would put the entire funeral home structure on its own site. It would also facilitate enough room to put a 12-foot addition on. I am coming within 3 feet of property line, but I am going to have a rated wall in that location. There's no window openings. It's all masonry. So I'll meet all the state code requirements for that partition, for that exterior wall. But I feel this is a better way to do it rather than, okay, it already overlaps, let's overlap it again, because it divides the 2 properties into 2 separate entities. I mean, and yes, there's so many zoning variance issues, area variances that, the square footage on site, the setbacks, there's so much going on, but that'll be at the zoning board though. But I felt that this would be really the planning issue. So your proposed addition, like it's gonna not project any further than the current wall of the building, or might it? No, it's gonna be really close to matching back of there's a garage back there right now. And there's also I don't think it goes all the way over, but there's a porch at the second level up there. Okay. But yes, it's really close to matching up with the
existing structure.
It looks like that existing rental unit.
Right.
The distance on the other side of the property line looks like it's a
Is-
foot or two.
It's,
You're
yeah,
gonna,
it's not even.
so you're gonna be 3 times. Well, you're gonna be more than that. You're
We're gonna hit 5
times
feet.
five.
Yeah. So technically, I'm meeting the 5-foot, New York State
Yeah.
setback requirement.
Mhm.
So we're just thinking of the fire code.
I think this also probably makes sense if he was to ever, not that it's intent to,
If he
but
was
if he ever
to
was
sell.
to sell.
Right.
It's a lot less complicated.
Right. That's
Yep.
one of the, I didn't know if I wanted to bother you with that.
I agree with that.
This entranceway moved then?
Yes.
To the corner now?
We
So
can,
now?
yeah, right now it is right in the center of the building on Doty.
Uh-huh.
Our intentions are to move it to the corner of the building. And so that when we, in fact, I have a floor plan I can show you.
That will be excellent. Trust me, I've been in that building a couple. That'll be excellent. I've been in the building a couple of times, and having that canopy there. You don't have to stand out in the rain when you're trying to get to the entrance of the building, and if you're leaving your car from the parking lot.
Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. If you look at the building line where the addition is, there's gonna be a folding partition that runs down the middle, the short distance. And it'll split it into 2 rooms if they need 2 chapels at that time. Otherwise, the big partition will fold up to one side. The other side of this is gonna become new restrooms, office, waiting room area, coat area. And we're also putting in a ramp interior to the existing structure, which will run down on the Hoyt side and then exit about halfway down onto the public way. So you can sort of see that on yours. Does it show up on yours?
John McCoyak, are you?
Feet on.
I don't
Maybe that door right there.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Yeah, so the other, I wasn't sure. Right now, the canopy does overlap public way, then it goes right out to the curb line. I wanted to bring it around onto the corner, which will bring it back a little bit more, but it does come over of where the 2 walks meet. It will look nicer. It'll have less of an impact on visual impact on traffic. It's all open underneath it. Those 2 spindly little columns.
Is there going to be a?
It's the same canopy. It's just
Oh, okay.
to the corner.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, they just added that canopy not 20 years ago.
Okay.
There you go. There's the front.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
it just has the meter on the front, but it does have the Koyak Funeral Home on the 2 sides. So it gives a little more visibility.
Yeah.
I like it on the corner like that. Right?
Yeah.
So I guess the nature of our review then is kind of a conceptual review. We're not making the most
Professional courtesy.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I don't have any
Yeah.
objections. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether you had to actually include. No.
That would be our.
Could you do subdivision stuff?
We could do the minor subdivision without any of the boards involved, but moving property line creates a non-conforming in that district 40 foot is the minimum street width.
But does
No, but the zoning board would have to approve creating a non-conforming lot.
Okay. Oh, because once it's 8 foot total, once you move that line, that
won't be 40 feet.
There are other
anymore.
options, simply combine the lots, but they still need to go to the zoning board of appeals. from variances. So we thought we should ask for all the variances that the owner needs.
Okay, Glenn's got
Thanks,
it.
Rob.
Yeah. Just wanted your blessing.
Frank or John, any other comments or anything?
No, not on this one.
No, I don't have anything.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay.
I'll just jump in real quick.
Get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, just there was we went into the packets. I'll let Glenn speak on this real quick. At first, we thought planning board needed to take a look at the COVID testing site for Chicago Center. But I think now that it's going to be located on city property, planning board doesn't necessarily get involved in it. Glenn, do you want to just touch that?
Well, sure, since we're all here. The Chicago Center would like permission to build a temporary building with offices in order to do emergency COVID screening for the drive-through. People being tested would line up with their cars on West Street, which is one way to the north. The building would simply be the house the supplies necessary to conduct the test. It will not have electricity. It will be run on batteries. And it would have a 180-day temporary limit.
What's the structure?
It's a free campus. Yeah, we had a tent previously, but it was available.
This is right by where the mail drop is, right? This is the area, right? Yeah, I drop my mail out there sometimes. Yeah. Cause that's city lot across here with the,
It's a parking lot that's owned by the city. Chicago Center. It's a 12 by 20 farmer's shed.
And again, it'll be a temporary structure, 180-day permit. Hopefully we don't have to use it.
and then they remove it.
after
It is for
emergency.
And because it is a property, it's nothing that has to be voted on, it's just kind of.
They just don't have their own property yet to do this testing on. They did a similar drive-through at Chicago Center.
Okay.
They're hoping that it will move to vaccinations quickly.
Sure.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah, me too.
Just drive through.
Yeah.
So I got my fridge out.
I did cone all those receivers. They're pretty bad.
So that's all we got for new business. Next meeting, do you have any February date on the?
Sounds like nothing coming through zoning yet. So, as of right now, nothing for January, but if anything comes in, we'll make sure that comes to you guys the first week of January.
Well, Rich is able to get this fully upgraded.
All right, motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Hey, Chris, before you adjourn,
Yes.
can I say something? Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
Rebecca, I read that you were leaving in the paper. It was really a pleasure to work with you over the past few years. Wish you a lot of luck in your next in your endeavors going forward.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the good news. We'll still be in the county. They'll be looking out for us. So.
And Richard, happy birthday.
Whose birthday is it? We're gonna sing to him, but we're in the middle of speaking when he came in.
So,
Right.
Ed, you made the motion.
I made the motion.
I'll second to adjourn.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Adjourn.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays.
Yeah, same to
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
EJ, did you get your pins and varsity letters to everyone? I still got them sitting in my house. I send send the reminder, send me your address so I can bring them to your house. One girl sent me her address. I'm like, I have no one wants them. They're still sitting in my house.
That's my first planning board.
Thank you.
Oh, you've never met?
No.
Oh.
In relation to Pat.